right, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you.
Gonna help, sorry. Well, I could have helped, but I'd want to be funny.
We'll talk about it later. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. We thank you for coming. We're back playing some Curse of Strahd. We the quick recap of everything in the group was able to get um out of the death house. Reconvened at the inn, tavern inn. The was introduced to a problem with one of the Stani that runs the tavern. Is in very poor condition, and then went to the group. Then eventually did get to the church where they met Vaughn, and some words were exchanged, and was if the last thing that Vaughn said before leaving was that if they wanted to see what basically said wanted to see the priestess's punishment, that they should go check out the chapel. So the as well as they before getting to the church and watching the funeral and meeting Vaughn, Strahd's right hand, the one of the owners of, like I said a little bit ago, one of the owners of the tavern that they've been staying at was in very poor health. Something is draining the person. I'm going to not remember the NPC's name because why should I? It makes too much sense for me to know their name. I know it's a gentleman. See if I can. Oh, right here.
I feel like it started with a G.
Goric.
Oh wow, I got it right.
Goric.
I'm terrible with names.
Something is draining him, and
yeah. Let's see.
his health is
life drain from.
His health is in danger, and Amber is with them to
Cast protection from evil and good and lesser restoration throughout the day.
to protect, to do what they can to prolong his life, so, and hopefully the party can figure out help them. And so where we're gonna pick up over here, so everybody, where we're gonna pick off is Vaughn leaving with the wolves, unless someone decides to stop her. She is going to walk off.
There's no table for Hecka to climb onto and hold Mill's face and say no. This time.
But you guys got options. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Vaughn heavily implied that the priestess's daughter was chained up in the abbey.
Over the attic.
we should visit the Abbey. Yeah,
Church.
my immediate thought was we should
But you
visit.
guys do know that
the
the
church, yeah.
daughter hasn't been seen. And
There's
there's
a
some
warning
type
in the
of
church.
punishment going on.
Yeah.
So you guys
Oh.
can
Is anybody
investigate-
experiencing lag?
No. So you guys can definitely check out. Vaughn heavily basically said, if you want to see what's going on, go check the church. Smiled and walked away.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Not
Is
at
the
all.
funeral procession still going on?
Huh?
Is the funeral procession still going?
No,
procession?
they're like the talking was out kind of after everything was finished. Irina saw Vaughn and walked up to Vaughn, keeping on her side of the fence because Vaughn was on the outside. And they conversed, and that's when you guys joined Irina and Vaughn. You guys talked to Vaughn, and Irina is still there, but like it does kind of rejoin her brother during their conversation. But this is after everything. Irina is already heading back into town, and
Hector's gonna try to catch up to Irina then.
I'm going to turn to the others as, that's not suspicious at all.
No,
Um,
c'est quoi blanc?
but yeah, so,
I
Hector's
smell-
gonna
I
do
smell
what, she can,
trap.
or do what they can to catch up to Irina, because this whole the priestess's daughter is in the church thing sounds like something that needs to be investigated. If not by us,
Yeah.
then no.
Yeah, but at the same time, this sounds like a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Irina will respond about the
Non, this is
priestess.
Ça veut dire more.
Give me a second.
Fail that buddies.
Priests are because Mother Donna hasn't informed her of anything urgent and isn't like nothing has been brought to her attention from Mother Donna to do anything going on. So she's not she hasn't been told about anything. So she hasn't been told, so there's nothing like she urgently needs, like she doesn't she's words are very hard today for some reason. She says Mother Donna hasn't brought up anything to her attention, so she doesn't know what like if she doesn't have a concern, I'm not worried about doing anything. Like I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Guess we'll stop this in our days and go look then.
Yep. Well, so if it's in the trap, yeah, go ahead.
Would you like us to look into this before we take Ismark down to Velaki, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need to bring the kid over to
She
Falaki for his
basically- she
safety.
responds,
But first we got
she responds to Heka saying, if you think you need to check it out, go ahead. Um,
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, yeah.
she
If Strahd wanted to give a crap, he'd let you know about it.
It's a
Or
trap,
he wouldn't.
but we gotta go with the trap. So the best way to disarm a trap is
Get
You
there in
sprain
the
Burn
it.
first
it
place.
anyway.
spring the trap. So
Get there in the first place.
I'll take point. Yeah,
all right.
most likely the trap will hit me first.
So you go back. You backtrack through. You basically kind of follow Arena out. She's going the same direction you are. And you guys go to.
We go inside the church.
You get to the church. So let me read the description. So you're going around the church and you're standing in front of the church. Atop the high rise, the slight rise against the roots of a pillar stone that supports the castle, Ravenloft stands a gray, shaggy an edifice of stone and wood. A church that obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rising towards towards the back and flickers in light shine through the holes in the shine singled roof. The rafters strains feebly against their load. Heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scorched by fire.
This place almost looks worse than the Burgermeister's
I
home.
will say, Mother Donna, the priestess of the church, she hasn't come back to. She's still tending to the grave and like she's busy. The rites and everything are done, but she's kind of finishing up. So she's still out in the cemetery. Just noting where she is.
Should we go in without her, or should we talk to her first?
Talk to her first, just to be safe.
If you wanna, we should have done that on our way up. Would have been smart.
Yep. Where's she now? Still at the cemetery, you say?
Literally in the cemetery, kind of finishing like her job of like doing rites and like preparing the like she's preparing everything because she's doing her job. When you guys
Yep.
were walking with Irina,
Right. Best to like leave her
she
alone.
was focusing on her job, and like you are, if you gotta go back around and look in the mirror, she's still doing it because it does look like it's going to start raining. Like during this whole funeral, the rain hasn't, like, it didn't look like it was gonna rain, but now that like the funeral's over, strangely it looks like it's gonna start raining soon. So she's busy trying to get this coffin buried before it becomes hard to do because of the rain.
I see 3 strapping young lads that could help with this. Let's go do that.
yep.
At the very least, they'll give us pretense to talk to the priestess.
All right, you guys go back to where the where your mother Donna is, and um she's doing stuff.
What that Jagger? You need some help, miss?
No.
It's gonna start raining soon.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm doing it. She's kind of like making sure the coffin's closed in the coffin and making sure it's secured. Like she's nailing the coffin closed, and she's like the hole was already dug, and
Just gotta undig it.
she's basically they have like a pulley system,
Yeah, bury the coffin.
and she's preparing everything. She's nailing it shut, make it secure that the lid won't come open, and she's like reciting things over the coffin. Um, um, Basically trying as much as possible for nothing to come out of this coffin. Um, and she like it's already kind of hooked up, like the coffin is already held up, and you know this. You it wasn't kind of like a pulley system where one person can just let it go down. Um, but she insists. She like no. I'm fine. And is there anything I can do for you? And she's talking to you, but she's focusing on the coffin. Is there anything I can do for you?
That was actually a question we had for you. You saw the woman that came up to the fence, I assume?
No, I was focusing on finishing up burial rites for our Serena's mother.
Well, trying to figure out the best way to say this, man, but, there was a woman who claimed to be working with Strahd, who said that, your
Left you a
daughter,
warning.
yeah, basically warned us about consequences of going with Strahd, and heavily implied that your daughter was suffering for those consequences. That she was suffering from them here.
You're saying my daughter's here.
I'm saying that
I think
she's.
that's what was implied. I think that was.
Oh yeah,
It was implied
it was
that the
heavily.
priestess was getting a warning.
Yes.
You don't know what
Punishment.
you're talking about. I haven't seen my daughter since she left with that bad mage.
Too many people here are suffering from this madman. This.
God.
You shouldn't have to suffer too.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I've not seen my daughter since she left with a mad mage raving about ending Strahd. I really need to finish doing this before it starts raining. Is there anything I can help you with besides that?
No. Thank you. Have a good day. And then Hecka's gonna waddle off because Hecka can't help with this. Hecka's 3'3" burb with a strength of 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Do you want to be on my shoulders?
You keep
It's a bigger
an eye
boost.
out for your daughter on the road. See if she'll have a little getaway.
Yeah.
You, as you guys.
Hey, Doc,
kinda,
do you want to be on my shoulders?
No.
As you guys kind of walk away, you
Okay.
hear the turning, squeaky, pulleys. Right. She's lowering the coffin down. So, You
Yep.
hear the turning of the gears as it's low, and it's very squeaky.
A pulley, I
Very
think.
like you can assume that these are very
like a
like
pulley?
rusty old.
Been used a lot.
They've been used a lot, and they're lowering. Like you do hear that it doesn't take long. I mean, they do bury that. It's 6+ feet down, and it hits, and you then hear the sound of dirt being thrown in and hitting a coffin. Like she completely shut down on you guys when you guys brought that up, and it was very obvious.
Let's get going.
How long does it take for her to finish? Do you think?
I said we just got a few minutes. If you want to go
Wanna check out the
snooping
church?
around.
Yeah.
You guys return to the church?
Yep.
We just
Yeah.
gotta make sure that
Mhm.
we ain't in any areas we ain't supposed to be when she gets back in.
Alright, you guys go into the church. Or you go to the front of the church. You guys open the church.
Oh,
Yeah, there
I'll
should be,
take point
there
in
should be
opening the
nothing
church.
against going inside the main section.
Alright, so you go. You open the door. Let me see if I can pull everybody.
Find that.
it's pitch black.
I know it's pitch black. Give me a second. Everybody needs to. People need to put. I'm pinging where you need to put your tokens.
I see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Move the turn order. Go to the library.
There we go.
That did
Oh,
me
my
like.
book is so weird. It's like completely white. Oh, there we go.
All right.
We can't have things completely white in this day and age. I say, despite most of us being of the more pale complexion.
You're going to open. Well, I'm just gonna have open the doors.
You ready, John?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hold on. The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 to each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see the chapel in stern. Hold on, I gotta actually change. Alright. Strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within its, you don't hear that because you're not there.
What?
Hold on. I am editing. I was just reading what it was saying in the book, and I've already established that Mother Donna is not in here, and that's what it was. So you don't hear anyone saying. You see 4 doors, two to each to your side of the hall, leading to adjacent chambers. You suddenly hear an unhuman scream that rises up from beneath. Comes from further in, but it at least sounds muffled.
Often the people come in here to
Where's the
pray.
noise coming from?
You can't
Just
tell you're
inside.
too far. It comes from inside, but it sounds like it's behind something. Like something's. It's not like in the room further in. It's like behind a door or underneath them. Like, it sounds slightly muffled because it's not directly